Hi guys! So as you can see, my counter is full of little baby goodies. And that's because I'm going to do a two-part video. The first part is what you will need for a silicone baby. And then the second part is kind of like how to take care of it and how to change and stuff like that. So I've had a couple of subscribers PM me and ask some questions on what they need. And one subscriber in particular, her name is Dakota Pearson. She PM'd me letting me know that she is expecting her first silicone baby and she's getting the same kit as Malia, but her baby will be a boy. So she's really excited. She does have one reborn right now and I'm very happy for her, and it was very nice for her to PM me and ask if I could give her any tips or suggestions on how to take care of a silicone or what items that she may need. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to come on here and make a video for her and for others who may want that information. I am not a silicone professional. You know, I'm just going to show you products that work for me and things that I like to use for Malia, and items that are a must-have in my mommy essentials. So let's begin. And a lot of these items that you may already have because you have a reborn baby. Silicones are totally different. And it is a fun learning experience, and it's just awesome. It's just an awesome experience. So let's go ahead and get started. First, we'll go ahead and start off for the bathing items here, because that is the most fun part, is having a silicone, is being able to bathe your baby. Malia has had one bath since I've had her, and it's so much fun getting her little fingers wet and her feet and stuff like that. She is a partial silicone. So both go for full body and for partial. You're definitely going to need Johnson & Johnson baby shampoo. This one is a head to toe, and I've had this one for about 3 years, and I've used it on my nieces and nephews. Otherwise, this bottle would practically be full. You can use dollar store brands as long as it's for babies. I wouldn't use anything that would be used for adults. Definitely you want to buy things that are made for real babies to use on your silicone. So if you don't want to buy the Johnson & Johnson, you can definitely go to the dollar store and buy those products. But always check with your artist who makes your baby and see if they have particular things that they want you to use on their silicone. This is just stuff that is okay with my artist and things that work for me. So Johnson & Johnson, and of course the baby powder. It is a must. It has to say pure cornstarch. I use Johnson's. This is the Magnolia Petal scent. They do come in other smells, and this is a 15-ounce baby powder. So this is going to last me a long time. So just don't forget, it has to say pure cornstarch on there. Another silicone mommy essential is the brush. This one here is by Eco Tools. I bought this one at Walmart, about $8. I've had it for about 3.5 months. I haven't lost one bristle on here yet. I'm a huge makeup buff. I have a lot of makeup brushes in my collection, so I like to find brushes that are at a good price but are really good quality. And this is one of them, and I highly recommend this one if you're going to be a silicone mommy. I like it that it's retractable, so it protects the brushes or the bristles so they don't get bent or smushed. And it has a nice cap on there, so if you want to travel with it or put it in your diaper bag, it's really awesome, and it's a great price. You can go to the dollar store and buy a makeup brush, but fair warning, those brushes are pretty much what you're paying for. They're $1, and those bristles will fall out, and then they'll get all over the silicone, and then you're going to be picking them off, and it's going to be really irritating. So just find a really good brush in your price range that you're comfortable with using. This one here is one that I just really recommend. Again, it's by Eco Tools. I got it at Walmart in the makeup department, and it has not let me down, so I really like this one. Another good tip is, this is a really big bottle of powder. If you don't want to lug this around all the time, depending on where you're changing your baby, I pour the powder in a little Glad container like this, and then that way I keep the brush and the container in this little basket, and then I bring this to wherever I'm changing Malia. That way I don't have to bring this big bottle around, and I keep this in my bathroom, and it just works out for me a lot better. Now, if you don't want to use a brush, you can always use your hands, and you can pour the powder right onto your hands, rub it together, and then pat your silicone limbs and body with your hands if you don't want to go out and spend the money for a brush. I personally like the brush. So those are the things you're going to need. Also, another item and essential that I like to have for my silicone and my reborns are Q-tips. It's a must-have in my collection. I bought this at the dollar store for $1, and it's so cute. It comes in this little traveling case. There are the Q-tips. It comes with little cotton balls and these little cotton pads here. It's really cute, and they come in blue, yellow, and pink. As you can see, I've only used 3 or 4 of the swabs in here, and I've had this for about 2-3 months. So it's really, really awesome to get into the fine little corners of your baby's eyes, mouth, ears. It's really neat. I like it. And it's $1, so that's really cool. Of course, a brush and comb, which is a must for a reborn or a silicone. This one I just recently got from Dana, which is Aussie Reborn Mom. She sent me this, and they are so cute. And I can't wait for Malia to get her hair so I can test this brush out. But you definitely want one with really soft bristles. I would never use a brush on, an adult brush on a baby's hair. Always use a baby brush. And again, follow the instructions that your reborn or silicone artist give you on what to use on your baby's hair. This is just something that I've used, and it's always been okay with me. Or if your baby is bald, then you don't have to worry about that. This little thing here I like as a prop. I also like to use it because little water gets in her ears and I can suck the water out. Or if I want to blow the dust off her, this works really good. It's really cute. Of course, baby washcloths. This is a must. They're really soft, they're gentle for the baby's touch. When you're giving them a bath, you can buy them anywhere, the dollar store, Walmart, Walgreens. You don't have to buy a big pack. They come in singles as well, but definitely you want to use baby products on your silicone. That's just a really good thing to keep in mind when you're buying stuff for them. As far as a bath towel goes, using your own bath towel is just fine. If you want to go a step beyond and buy a baby bath towel, that is really awesome if you want to do that. They're really cute, and they have little hoods, and you can buy those at Target, Walmart, and all those other places. But for now, I just use a regular towel on Malia. I just make sure it's really soft, and that works just fine. So those are kind of the care products that you're going to need. And of course, if you have a full body silicone, you're going to need a little bathtub or a bath mat. I have a bath mat that I use. I got it at Babies R Us, and I think I paid like $4 for it, and it's a little shape of a bear. And I put that into the sink, or I put it on top of the counter, and I put her on there and I wipe her down. If you have a full body silicone, they can go directly right into the water, and then you go ahead and you guys choose which product that you want to use best to put your silicone in, because there's a variety of them, and they go from all kinds of prices, or you can buy them secondhand, like at Once Upon a Child. You'll find some there. So there's a lot of options with that. I'm just going to move this aside. Definitely bottles are a must, whether you have a reborn or a silicone. They have all different kinds, shapes, and styles. Another fun part about having a silicone is they can take the full nipple, which is just so much fun. This one here is by Nook. It's one of my favorite bottles. This is the one Melissa gave me, and she has an Etsy shop. She goes ahead and makes the formula for you and seals the nipple ships it off to you and it's all ready to go. And I love it. This is my favorite one for Malia. I just recently got this one, so I need to modify it, put the glue in there. You have to glue the nipples just like you do for reborns. So just your preference on what bottle you want to use. Just be careful when you're putting the bottle into the baby's mouth. I always powder the nipples before I put them in Malia's mouth. And I do the same thing with her pacifier, so they go in with much more ease and you're not forcing it into the baby's mouth. That's just a good rule of thumb there. Then we have pacifier clips. I love pacifier clips for reborns or silicones. And I love them for silicones because when you take your baby out, they can take a full pacifier, and say if you're holding them and maybe it pops out of their mouth, well, just like with real children, it's going to fall on the floor and it's going to get dirty. So I highly recommend getting a pacifier clip when you do take your babies out in public. This one here is by Bugenhead. I got this at Walmart. It comes in this color, this light pink one, and then my favorite one, which was made by Herlanda, Pooh Bear 253. She crochets these little adorable pacifier clips with the plastic clips. And this is really soft for your silicone, so it's one of my favorite ones. I really adore that one. And then pacifiers, of course, another fun thing to have when you've got a full body silicone or a partial. They can take full pacifiers. When Malia came here, she had 3, and look at her now. She is well stocked, and it can be very addicting. I know that this is gonna be something I'm gonna be like, there's gonna be stacks of pacifiers here pretty soon. So it really depends on your shape of your baby's mouth on what's gonna fit on their face better. Just ask the artist if they know what pacifier fits better in their mouth. My favorite ones to have are, of course, the silicone ones, which these are, what brand are these? Oh, the Soothies, and this one here is a Soothies. This is one of my favorite ones, and the nipple is really nice. And these are gumdrops. The only thing with gumdrops, they tend to get a little tacky and they kind of collect a lot of lint, so you've got to wash them off. But they're really cute. My favorite of all time is Ma'am, because of the way the nipple is shaped. I love these. These fit Malia's face the best. The Nook nipples, they're a little irritating to me because of the design of those nipples. They want to go up. You see how they're up like this? And it pushes on her face. The pacifier pushes on her face. And she's got a small, I wouldn't say a small mouth, but you know, it just depends. Like I said, with the baby that you get in the sculpt. There are some silicones, it doesn't matter. They'll take any size pacifier. So I would definitely experiment, you know, when you get your baby. I wouldn't go out and buy a bunch of pacifiers before they get home. You know, start out with a couple, and then once they get there, you'll be able to see the size of their mouth and see what works best for them. So, also Avent is very good. Parent's Choice is really good pacifiers. So as you can see, my little girl has quite a collection, and I know that she'll be getting lots and lots more of them. Also, I highly recommend getting a little container like this to hold your silicones pacifiers. That way they're separate from your reborn pacifiers, and it also keeps the dust off of the nipples on here. It keeps them clean and more organized, and I just find it works really good for me. If I had my pacifiers mixed in with my reborn ones, it would drive me crazy. So Malia has her box and Allie has her box. So definitely want to have one with a lid on there to keep them protected, clean, and safe. A must-have in my mommy collection, whether they're reborn or a silicone, are socks. That is a must for me when I take my babies out in public. I like to keep their little feet covered and protected, or even just around the house. Carter's is my favorite brand for newborn size socks. They fit really good around the feet, and they're really soft. So definitely want a pair of socks. And scratch mittens is another must when you have a silicone or a reborn. These here are a little bit on the wide side because Malia has one open hand and one closed hand. So I felt more comfortable going with the wider scratch mitten for her little hand, so I wasn't forcing it in there. The Carter's brand of scratch mittens are way too small for Malia. The Gerbers fit her, and then these. This here I bought at Babies R Us. It's an organic scratch mitten line, and I love them. This one was given to me by Hello Melissa Sue, and I love this pair too. So scratch mittens are definitely a must for me. And of course your diapers, depending on what size silicone you have, you're gonna need diapers. Again, ask your artist what size that they wear so you can be prepared for when they come home. Malia is definitely a size 1. She can wear newborn size, but they run a little small, like around the leg area. And I just don't want that to squeeze on the silicone. I want her to have room and have her legs move really nice. I know the Honest diapers run a little small. So it just depends on your size baby, but I highly recommend asking your artist about what size will fit them best. And again, with any of the products that I'm showing you, always ask your artist. If they do not come home with a care sheet, send them a message or an email asking them what they would use on their silicone, because they're all different. Silicones are all made differently, all painted differently, so you definitely want to ask your artist before you use any of these products that I've shown you today. Another just extras for babies is their Lovey. This is a really cute one here for Malia. It has a rattle and it's a pacifier clip. A Boppy is a must-have in my collection. This is a smaller one here. I actually got this in the travel section, and it has a zipper where I can wash it. I wanted something smaller for her, something that fit her really good in here. My other Boppy I use for Allie is much larger and it's wider in here, and I wanted something to give her more support. Then definitely you're going to want a summer blanket and a thicker blanket for winter time or colder nights. That is a must. And these are my two favorite here. This one I got at Walmart. It's a muslin blanket. And then Melissa got me this one here, and I absolutely love this one. It's by Bean Sprout, and it's my favorite blanket brand. I love it, and it doesn't attract lint or fuzzy stuff. And I love changing Malia on this one. Then, of course, when you bring your baby home, you want a nice place for them to sleep, and that's really up to you on where you want your baby to sleep, but I would definitely keep them in their own little area. Unless you have a crib and you've got other babies in there, that's fine, or a bassinet. Hello Melissa Sue, she uses a little basket to keep Naya in and baby Melissa. This is similar, but this has lining in here, and when I'm taking Malia out in the living room and I don't have anything to put her in, I'll put her in here, and I'll put a big thick blanket in here, and it keeps her safe, and I can move her from room to room. And then she has her own little bed in the bedroom. It's a rock and play. Or you can put them in a bouncer, but definitely keep them safe and have their own little bed. So I hope I went over everything. If I missed something, I do apologize, but these are the things that I use for Malia. And I hope this helps. I hope this answers any questions. Now in part 2 of the video, we'll go over just some things that I've learned along the way on how to take care of a silicone and how to change them and things like that. So again, if you guys have any questions, just give me a PM and I'll try to answer them the best way I know how. Or you can also PM other silicone moms that have babies and ask them questions too, because they'd be happy to help. But thanks for watching, and thank you, Dakota, for PMing me with your questions, and congratulations on your first silicone baby. All right, guys, bye.